Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, April the 26th, 2022. My name is Shelly, and this is my channel, Proverbs 31:22. I am so glad you are all here, and I'm starting FlossTube number 91. If you're new here, I do all of my videos in vlog style. So I do a bunch of snippets during the week and then I upload them all at once. So, you know what? Like right about there is where I can see really well with these glasses. Like when they fall down, it's just, everything's just not as clear. So I've had problems with these lenses ever since I got them. They actually remade them for me. And I don't know, maybe I need to go back and tell them, if you ever watch and you see me squinting, that's why, because it's just, I mean, I can see stuff, but it's just really fuzzy. Anyway, so I'm plugging away, working on my my craft room project. Today I'm going to prep the floor. My husband told me what I needed to do, so I've got to scrape some things off, putty some holes where the nails from the carpet were, and then I can paint the baseboards. So I did look around yesterday on Home Depot. My husband was going to get the stuff that he needed for the cement prep. So I looked around on their site to kind of see what I wanted to do as far as like my office desk and my office accessories. I bought some things at Hobby Lobby last week, and they're sort of shabby white, like, you know, sort of chalk paint-ish style with, you know, some, you know, distressed parts on them. Gosh, get it out, Shelly. So the current things that I have are black metal. So I thought about spray painting, and then I saw some chalk paint from Behr and some wax. And so I looked around on that quite a bit and got the white that I want for the accessories, got the wax that I want, and then I was looking around at other colors that they have, and oh man, they have one called Vignette, and it's sort of like a cross between a grape and a plum color, I guess you would call it. So that's what I'm going to do my desk in. I know I said that I was going to paint it pink and then paint it white and then distress it, but I really, really love this color. And if I can find it, I want to get a desk chair to match. You know, I don't know. My daughter told me this morning, she's like, you need to do a vision board and put all of your components together and see. So I will be doing that over the next couple of days. Anyway, that's where the room stands currently. What else in life? How about the Celtics? Is anybody else Celtic fan? You know, when I was a teenager, I loved to watch football, basketball, baseball. I think that's about it as far as sports went. And then when my husband and I got married, all he really liked to watch was football. So I kind of, you know, stopped watching. But since our oldest grandson is really into basketball these days, I mean, he really eats, drinks, and sleeps basketball. Of course, now he's got a girlfriend, so that might change. But he's really gotten me into watching basketball again. So back in the day, I was a Celtics fan. And when I came back to watching it again, it was like, you know, I don't know. I mean, the Pelicans are in New Orleans. The Grizzlies are pretty close in Memphis. You know, there's the Atlanta Hawks. But when we were watching one day, I don't know what it was, but something about Jason Tatum, who plays for the Celtics and is number 0. I don't know. I don't know what it is about him that draws me in, but he's like, you know, my favorite player. And so I'm a Celtics fan. So they actually swept the Nets last night um, in round one. So they had 4 wins. So they, you know, get to rest for a week, and then um, I forget who it is they play next. But the interesting part is that Nathan's favorite team is the Mavericks, and I like the Mavericks too. I love Luca; that's his favorite player. In fact, I think Nathan's going to look in the mirror in a couple of years, and he's going to see that face looking back at him. But they could actually be in the finals together, you know, against each other. So that would be pretty interesting. We could trash talk one another. So I haven't been watching anything else besides basketball the last couple of days. So, okay, let's get to the stitching. That's what you guys are here for. So yesterday I did work on my WIPGO pieces for the month of April, and I got finishes on both of them, and one of them just fell, so hang on one second. Okay, I'm back. So on last video I showed you what I had left to finish on Christmas House, and I did get it done last night, and this is it. So this is a free pattern from Crocetta Go-Go, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's Cassetta de Natalie. So I love it. And this is a 28 count touch of pink linen from WIPGO. I'm using some of her call for DMCs, and then I'm using some overdyes as well. The color of the house is Licorice from Classic Colorworks. I did change the bows on the house. They were supposed to be another red color, but I made them pink so they stand out a little bit more. So I got my WIPGO goal met. So I'm excited about that. So that didn't take very long. If you saw last video, all I had to do was fill in the yellow panes and then the brown down at the bottom of the doorstep. And so that didn't take any time at all. So my other WIPGO number was the Prim Stitch series. Let me find the one that I'm currently working on. I am doing all of these as one piece, and I'm currently working on number 3, and that is Peace and Plenty. So I'm working on the little angel. So I had the angel almost done except for her eyes. And so my goal was to finish the angel, do the cherries, and do the flowers. And I'm pretty sure that when I put flowers, I meant to just do the flowers. I wasn't planning on doing the leaves and the stems, but I was watching the game, and so then started watching the Mavericks after the Celtics were done, and so I just kept stitching. So I was able to get all of that completed. So I'm excited about this. I like stitching on this cloth. When I first started, I don't know, I was on the fence about it, but when I was stitching last night, I really like it. So I'm stitching it on a 32 count Joblin from WIPGO in the color Lamb's Wool. And so I've gotten, you know, 1 and 2 done, and part of the border on those done, border and dividers, and then that's what I got done last night. So I did add a little smiley face to her. I thought she looked a little not finished with just the eyes, and so I added that. But so I'm using the let's see. She actually, this is a Lori Holt pattern, by the way, if you didn't catch that. But she charted it for Aurifloss, and then she gave DMC alternatives. So I'm using DMCs, and I did make some changes on the red, on the flag, and then I use it again in the cherries. So the red I think she chose was sort of pinkish, and so I wanted it to be really, really red. I kind of partially wish that I had done these, done these as individual pieces, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna restitch all of that at this point. These are the flosses for that. Beautiful colors. And then I did stitch on my Daily Age piece, excuse me, which is Craft Room from Shannon Christine. So I'm stitching on the gingham right now and then filling in these letters as well as I go, just to make sure that I don't want to have to count. So I'm just going to do it as I go along. You know, do some of the letters, then do some of the gingham. So I did put in 56 stitches last night. And sorry guys, got that much done. So I'm just going to keep plugging away on this with my 56 stitches a day until she's finished. And that's a 14 count black Ada. I'm using the call for colors, DMC flosses, but I did change the color of the machine and the color of the gingham to purple, since purple is my color. If you're new here, you might not know that, but purple and pink are my favorite colors. So, and I'm doing 2 strands of floss. So, I was going to say something else. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I watched Tia over at Calm Creations this morning. She had just a really short FlossTube update. And I'm really intrigued by what she's doing currently with her rotation. She has decided to, for the rest of this year, put in 1 week on each one of her WIPs. And I think she said it's like 38 weeks left in the year. So I don't know. I was intrigued by that. I don't think that I could do that at this point. I could maybe do some variation of it, but I just thought it was a neat idea. So as far as my plans go for the rest of this week, so I had allotted today and tomorrow to stitch on WIPGO, and I'm done with my WIPGO. So today I will, I don't know, one or the other. I'll either pull flosses and start the EM ABC letter T, and that's the stitch along that I'm doing with following along Rachel Q Stitches. And we're getting close to the end, thank God, because these are getting, I don't know, it's like when you've been stitching on a project for so long and you just, you know, it's like, come on, when is it going to end? I don't know if anybody else is like that. I mean, there's some things that I stitch that I don't want to end, but I don't know, for some reason these just kind of, it's like you have to pick out colors for every month. And while that's fun in the beginning, when you got to do it twice a month, every month, it gets a little old. But I'll either pull threads and start that, or I'll go ahead and pull threads and start my my Little House Needleworks Summer ABCs. I wanted to stitch on that 3 days this month, and I did not get to because I was waiting for some flosses to come in. And so if I can get a couple of days in on that toward the end of this month, then that means I won't have to add as much to next month. So Jessie Marie over at WIPGO, she did pull numbers yesterday. I think yesterday was her birthday. Yesterday or the day before, and she pulled the numbers for May. So the WIPGO numbers for May on my chart, well, I wrote them down, but I didn't mark them. So she called number 13, which is the free space, and then 14 and 8. And honestly, I think I just wrote them down and I can't remember. I thought I'd written down what they were, but I didn't. So I'll have to let you know what mine are on the next little clip. But I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'm going to let you guys go so I can get busy, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hello, everybody. I'm back with an update. It is Wednesday, April the 27th. Yes, April the 27th. So yesterday I started scraping the floor in my office, craft room office, and it was a little bit harder and more time consuming than I thought it was going to be. I had hoped to like get it scraped and then get the holes spackled, but I only spackled a few just to let my husband look at it and make sure I was doing it right. So when I got done, well, I took a break from that for lunch, and um, while I was breaking for lunch, I got on Facebook, and my older daughter had updated her profile picture. Um, I'll include that here and let you just see how, I know I'm biased, but I think she's beautiful. But, you know, grief is a really weird thing. Like, I don't know, it just will hit me all of a sudden that, you know, my mom missed seeing my girls grow up. My girls were like 8 and 5 when my mom passed, and just seeing that picture of my daughter, just I ended up in tears and couldn't stop crying. Um, Honestly, after, you know, what it's going to be, it's going to be 27 years in October. It still sometimes will make me so angry that, you know, that's my reality, that my girls grew up without my mom here watching them with me. You know, and people say, you know, your mom, you know, she can see you, or, you know, she's with you. None of that helps. It honestly doesn't. I want her here, you know, by my side, physically holding my hand. And that's just never going to be my reality. So sometimes it just sort of knocks the wind out of me. So that kind of, you know, kind of put a damper on the day, needless to say. I did get back to doing the floors though, and got them completely done. And I was, you know, hurting really bad after that, you know, my neck, my lower back. Um, and so I, you know, soaked for a while in the tub with some Epsom salts, started crying when I was in the tub. And so um, I decided that I needed a distraction. So I've been reading a book that is a I like to read like Pride and Prejudice variations sometimes, and this one is I think it's actually called a Highbury adaptation or variation, but it actually combines both Emma and Pride and Prejudice characters. So it's been very interesting to watch it. I mean, to read it, but that sort of made me want to watch Emma. Usually I watch Emma, you know, at least once a year. Pride and Prejudice also. Um, I had started watching Miss Congeniality before my husband got home, you know, thinking that, you know, I needed something to make me laugh. Because I had seen an ad for it on Instagram on the 25th where they're asking the real ditzy contestant what's her favorite date, and she says April 25th because, you know, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, you just need a light jacket. But anyway, while I was looking for that on HBO Max, I discovered that they had both versions of Emma that I like, and that's the Gwyneth Paltrow, Jerry Northam version, and then the Romala Gari, I don't know how you pronounce her name, and Johnny Lee Miller version. Those are both, you know, my favorite. I actually prefer the Romola Johnny Lee Miller version the most, but I still like to watch the Gwyneth Paltrow one. Um, so I actually ended up watching both of those back to back last night, and got finished at like midnight. Um, but while I was watching those, I did pull threads and start stitching on summer ABCs from Little House Needleworks. So I started stitching on it and got pretty much what I wanted to get done, accomplished, but I am going to, I got down to, I think, letter E, but I don't like the floss, so I'm going to go in and rip that out and use something else. So these are the colors that I pulled for the chart. And this was, originally, sorry, I got a hair. That's the only thing about lip gloss. Originally, I wanted, hang on one second. Okay, I'm back. So originally, I had wanted to use this color, this variegated from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers, which is Creeping Myrtle. I wanted to use this for the letters, and that's what I started using for the letters that are not, some of the letters are different in these charts because they make words. So I started doing that, and then as I got to stitching the rest of the chart and decided to do the quilt in sort of patriotic colors, I'm not gonna continue with the Creeping Myrtle. But this is what I got done, and I'll show you some ideas that I have for what to replace this with. So some of these, I don't know, I think maybe I'm using one brown that was called for. The rest of them I just sort of picked from my overdyed stash. There is one yellow in the overdyeds that I don't have anything that could do it. It's like for the lemons. So tomorrow when I go to Florence, I'm going to go by Calico Rose. I know that she said she was getting Weeks Dye Works when she went to market. So she may have them, and I'll look through those. But if not, I'll just have to use a DMC. I may have a DMC yellow variegated that I could use. So anyway, I just don't, I mean, I like this a lot, but I don't think it's going to go as well as I wanted it to. So what I'm thinking about doing is either doing all the non-word letters in just white, or I have this blue DMC variegated. I mean, there's like, the red, white, and blue in the quilt that I'm doing. There's a lot of red, and there's yellow. So, this might work. And then I also have a couple of things that I thought I would just try. This is a Lisbeth twisted thread that's red, white, and blue. And then this is Aurifil 12 white thread that is also red, white, and blue. So I'm going to do a couple of little just, swatches to see what I think about each one of those, and then decide which way I want to go. Or I may just go ahead and stitch everything but the letters first and then decide. I am going to do, I'm not going to do a white house. I've always loved pink houses, and so I am going to do a pink house. And this is the color that I'm going to use for the house. It's Little Pink Peony from Classic Colorworks. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I actually had this watermelon floss from Fiberlicious that I'm going to use to do the watermelon. And the roof of the house is two different colors, like striped, but I think I'm just going to use Brown Bear from the Gentle Art. That has some really nice darker and lighter brown variegation in it. So I'm just going to use that one floss instead of doing stripes. So that is all that I stitched on. Um, so I will work on that again today, and we'll see how far I get. So I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hey everybody, it's Thursday, April 28th, and I'm here to give you guys an update. So I went today to Florence and had a massage, and she really worked me over. Just from all the painting and stuff, it's like my neck and my lower back were really messed up, but I don't know. With the fibro, sometimes if they work too hard, it ends up being worse in the long run. I'm hoping that's not the case this time, but we'll see. So, I did stitch some more on Summer ABCs, and I also ripped out some of the letters. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the letters. I don't know. Like when I first started this, I said I didn't want to make it patriotic, but that seems to be like the way I'm gleaning more and more. I was looking at the spring one this morning. It's like when I did that one, I knew exactly what direction I wanted to go with the colors and everything, and this one was just causing me fits. So, but I did put in the fireflies word. It was not charted to be a different color, but I kind of like the letters that spell out words. I want them to be a different color than the rest. So I went ahead and made that. I think that's charcoal from Weeks Dye Works, and it's got the little yellow little, firefly things, and I use this color for that. So I am going to go ahead and use this for the lemons also. So I didn't go to Calico Rose today to see about Weeks Dye Works. But I finished the little branch, I finished the bees, I finished the quilt. I don't know about the middle of the quilt. I may go back and do something different on that. We'll see. I may go back in and do red where all the pink is. I don't know. I'm really having a hard time with the colors on this one. So I did go ahead and kit up my EMABC letter T. And this specialty stitch, the T is for tent stitch, which will be done over one thread instead of two. But I think that'll be, it's not difficult to do. So as far as, learning the stitch, it's just a half of a cross stitch. But these are the colors that I picked. So I really don't like the way she charts her borders, where it's like, I think this one had 4 colors in the border, and the borders are just, like that. It's like, I just can't do it. So I'm going to do this for the border. I thought about maybe doing this for the letters on Summer ABCs. I might do up a little swatch of that and see how it looks, but I'll be starting this today. I forgot to show you guys that part. I did go in and make a swatch. This is some of the 12 weight R-fill that I had. And of course it's too thick to do 2 strands over 2 threads on 36. So I would have to do tent stitch, and I don't know if I want to do that for the letters. So none of the other ones really fit real well in the holes. So I did look at my calendar, and I was thinking that Mother's Day was the 15th, and it's actually the 8th. So I plan to start this for Mother's Day in honor of my mom. My mom loved, excuse me, she loved pansies, she loved flowers. And so I've been having this pattern for a while. It's from, it's 2x2, I think is the name of the shop on Etsy. I bought stuff from them before. I haven't stitched anything yet though, I don't think, but anyway. So I was going to go to Hobby Lobby and get some fabric today, and then I was like, you know what, you have some 36 count that you can dye, and so I think I'm going to do that. And my mom's favorite color was blue, so I may do like a pale blue. but there's a dozen, I mean, there's not a dozen, there's several dozen colors in this, like probably 3 dozen colors. So I looked online earlier to see where I could get DMC the cheapest, and Michael's has a 20% off coupon right now. And so their skeins are 62 cents, so that make them about 50 cents. So I'm going to Huntsville tomorrow with Kim and Nathan, and I think I'm going to do a pickup order tonight, and pick that up tomorrow from Michael's. I don't want to try to, I don't know, like since there's so many colors, I don't want to. I don't know. I don't feel like having to go through my stash and seeing some that are in different projects and having to pull that out. So I'm just gonna get new skeins and make some little floss drops and get it kitted up that way. So I love this. I think it's so pretty. So that's it. That's all I've got. I haven't done anything in the room today. I'm hoping to. I was hoping to this afternoon, but it's after 3. It's 3:30 right now. I don't know if I'll do anything in it today, and then I'm going to be in Huntsville tomorrow, so I might not do anything tomorrow. I don't know. It is what it is. So I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hello, everybody. It's Friday, April the 29th, and I'm here to do my update. So we did go to Huntsville today. I'm just getting back home a few minutes ago. I did do a pickup order at Michael's, and then we went to Home Goods. They really didn't have any office chairs. They had a few, but nothing that was anything that I would want. But I did find this trash can right here for my office. I found some like little plastic organizer things that I've thought about using for where I have all of my like just scraps of ribbon divided by colors, but I don't know, they were a little pricey and I kind of wanted something maybe a little prettier. I don't know, so I changed my mind about them, put them back. So at Michael's I did get my all of my floss for the pansy thing that I'm going to start on Mother's Day. I think what I'm going to do with the floss is I'm just going to use a strip of comic book board and put the flosses on that. But I wanted to ask you guys about fabric on this. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure if I have enough of it. I have to measure, but I was looking to find my 36 count to dye last night, and then I remember that I had these 32 counts that I had gotten from number 12 Design Co, something like that, on Etsy. So I mean, these are really pretty. So I think I'm gonna do a floss toss if I have a big enough piece. The only thing is that 32 count, I'd have to use 2 strands, and I was kind of hoping to just use 1. So I could use that as springboard if the colors do look good and dye some like it. So last night I stitched on my Erica Michaels sampler book, letter T. And this is what I got done. So this is the over 1, the tent stitch over 1, which is super easy to do, so easy. This was a nice break from the other more difficult specialty stitches. So yeah, I got part of it done. I'll work on it today and then again tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be done for May the 1st. So that's it. I don't think if there seemed like there was something else I want to say. I did finish the second book in the Highbury Variations. I think that's what it's called, Highbury Variations. books series. So that one actually not only had characters from Pride and Prejudice and Emma, it also had characters from Mansfield Park. So that was pretty interesting getting those tied in. So I kind of thought that maybe she would do a third book in that series, but I didn't see one. So I don't know if that's something that's going to come in the future or not. But because it was like they sort of left it hanging with Edmund and Fanny, so I didn't know if maybe she would do another book. But so yeah, anyway, that was a nice little trip today with Kim, and both of the boys actually came with us. So we did a little bit of shoe shopping, didn't find anything. We went to Old Navy and got Nathan and Malachi some things that they needed. Had lunch together, and then we had to get back to get Nathan to PE by 2 o'clock. So I mentioned yesterday about the massage therapist, and yeah, it did, like, I don't know, I just need to learn to tell them that, I can't, like, I know it's counterintuitive for them, like, you're coming to me, you're hurting, so they want to work out the knots so it gets rid of my pain, but it actually only makes it worse the next day. So I'm like hurting all in my shoulders and my neck, have a bad headache. So I hate when that happens, but it is what it is. So I guess I will come back tomorrow and do another little snippet, and then I'll close the video out. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get some progress done on the room also. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you on the next clip. Hello, everyone. It's Sunday, May the 1st, and I'm here to close out this video. And I'm not camera ready, so I'm just shooting like this. I'm actually in my little stitching spot, and I'm just going to hold the iPad and film. So I didn't stitch it all yesterday. We did a lot of stuff around the house, and so I will include a little video at the end of this showing the floor that my husband got done with in the office, and then the filing cabinet that we put together and I set up yesterday. So today I did get finished with the letter T from Erica Michael's sampler book. Glad to have it done. It just seems like these letters go on, and the border goes on and on, even when you're doing a variegated and not having to change threads on the border. It just, I don't know what it is about these, but they seem to take forever. But I did get done with it, and I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. So I also worked today on my temperature chart. I've been working on it every 2 weeks, and I like that. I like that a lot. It's a good interval to stitch on it. So this is from Apricot Polka Dot, and I'll insert a picture here of what the pattern looks like. Mine is done on 14 count black chalkboard black Ada, and I'm using the DMC flosses that she called for with 2 strands. So I think it's so fun to see this come together. So hang on, I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I'm back. So I kind of forgot that I was going to participate in this, and I watched Candy, the 614 Stitcher, her video from the other day, and she reminded me that she is doing, again this year, the mental health care sale. That's her hashtag. And so last year, this is the piece that I stitched, and this is a magazine piece, and I will make sure that I put in the text below, at the bottom of this, bottom of the video, I'll put the magazine that it's in. There's several other designs, and I'll pick one of those to start. I haven't decided which one. and I'll probably will need to dye some fabric for it. So hopefully tomorrow I can get a start on that. I'm not sure if it'll happen tomorrow or not, but I just wanted to mention that she's doing that again this year, and I will be joining her for that. So otherwise on my calendar, my plans, I think I had planned to do the next EMABC. I may switch some things around on my calendar because I really don't want to start another one right behind the one that I just finished. So, but anyway, that's what I've got for you guys this week. Enjoy the little snippet of The Office that's coming up after this, showing you how pretty the floor came out. So I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks. Bye. So this is happening tonight. Michael's been working all day, working in here. And then we also put up a filing cabinet. I've been working on files for the last 3 hours. But he's finally gotten to a point where he's putting in the floor. It's beautiful. I love it. So yay, progress. So this is a look at the filing cabinet that we put together yesterday. So having this eliminated 2 separate smaller filing cabinets, including one that was in my craft room office. So that's going to free up floor space for me to move some things around and have things arranged a little bit better in there. But this was an all-day chore of getting files cleaned out and putting this all together. It took a while. And then I also worked on the desk that's right here. Right here that starts the desk where I put I have all of my cross-stitch stuff on it, but it's a work in progress right now, so I'm not going to show you. But anyway, it's sort of like I told my husband, I was like, at least the stuff you worked on, you can look at it and see that you did it. Mine is like all behind drawers, inside drawers, so nobody can see what I got accomplished yesterday. So let me go show y'all the floor. Okay, so here's the floor. All in and looking pretty. So there's some spots where there's adhesive, like from the factory. So I started cleaning that earlier, but then I was like, I'm not doing anything else today. I'll start on this tomorrow. So I have to do that. I have to paint the baseboards. There's some spots on the wall that I need to touch up. I have spackled more and I'm going to go back and sand those and repaint. And then I will start putting the stuff back on this wall, on this pegboard, so that I can clear off my table where all of that stuff is now, so I can take the other pegboards apart and get my husband to move them in here. So I really, really like the floor. I hope we have enough to do, both closets and the main room. I hope we don't have to order anymore, but we'll see. So this will keep me busy for the next week, getting everything moved back in here. Hopefully my floor plan that I did on paper will work out in real life. We'll see. So I'll give you another update when we get more stuff done.